we need to look at the complex question of pace. How do you, as a leader, set the right pace? This includes managing your own pace personally, in addition to inspiring and supporting an appropriate pace within your team and company. The balance of when you and the business need to go more slowly and when you must accelerate comes key. Leaders are sometimes nervous of, or prone to, moving so fast that they can alienate their teams. But if they move too slowly, they can lose their relevance in a constantly shifting world. And they can frustrate the ambitious in their teams and among their investors and customers. In today's highly competitive global environment, caution is safer in the short term, but can be highly dangerous in the long term. Finding ways to keep our pace competitive, to meet the demands of the short term, and protect against the challenges of the long term is essential. A perspective on pace. Companies are growing at phenomenal rates, and they are disappearing fast as well. In 1965, the average tenure of companies on the S&P 500 in the USA was 33 years. By 1990, it was 20 years, and it's forecast to shrink to 14 years by 2026. In the UK, it's a similar story. Of the 100 companies in the FTSE 100 in 1984, only 24 were still breathing in 2012. Bigger companies can still fail. And newer companies are taking power faster than ever. The high-flying startups, known as unicorns, can win their billion-dollar valuations within a year or two of coming into being, and can decimate industries that took many decades to build. With some other startups, it's a tougher tale. 50% of SMEs in the UK fail to celebrate their 5th birthday. Meanwhile, we all see that startups who scale at a lickety-split pace, that's the technical term. Uber, at the time of writing, is a company with questions about its leadership and its ability for ongoing category dominance. But it showed what could be done. It drove true disruption and went from scratch to a $58 billion valuation within only 5 years. And in the same time frame, the Dollar Shave Club was created, built, and sold for $1 billion to Unilever. Facebook's continued growth is a staggering example of scale and speed. Now the world's 6th largest company, it catapulted to success from birth in a university dorm, from 1 million users in 2004 to 608 million 6 years later. Today, there are more Facebook users than there were people alive on the entire planet 100 years ago. In 2015, there was much celebration as Marriott Hotels opened its 1,000,000th hotel room, only 88 years after launching. The same year, Airbnb celebrated its 1,000,000th room, a paltry 7 years after launch. The rapid growth of Airbnb highlights a salient fact about today's virtual economy. The masters of scale are often selling things they don't need to buy first. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicles. Facebook, the world's most popular media owner, creates no content. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. In a world where the Internet of No Things creates businesses that grow at warp speed, investors and impatient leaders want to find ways to speed up their success. Legislation struggles to keep up. Inventions take 2 to 3 years, but patents often 5 to 7. Consumers too expect more. People's patience is shrinking. In 1999, websites would lose 1/3 of their traffic if they took 8 seconds to load. By 2006, that had shrunk to 4 seconds. And now Google puts them on notice.